The old farmhouse stood sentinel against the encroaching woods, a place where the wind whispered secrets through cracked siding and shadows danced with a life of their own. It was supposed to be their sanctuary, a haven from the city's relentless clamor. But the silence here felt heavy, pregnant with unseen eyes. He arrived home late, the November drizzle clinging to his jacket like a spectral embrace, unaware of the chilling symphony about to unfold. He sank into the worn couch, the familiar creak of springs, a temporary comfort. The day's weight pressed down, and he drifted into a half-sleep, the radiator's hiss morphing into the sound of rain on leaves. A moment of fleeting peace before the unsettling melody began. The sound of the front door opening shattered the fragile tranquility, the chain scraping against the wood, a discordant note. "Hello, baby, I'm home." Her voice, familiar yet alien, echoed through the hall, a twisted parody of warmth. He struggled to wake, the word baby hanging in the air like a phantom. In 3 years, she had never used that term. Always dearest, a gentle finality. This new endearment was a chilling intrusion, a sign that something was terribly wrong. "Honey, is that you?" His voice, thick with sleep, betrayed his unease. "Yeah," she called back, the cheerfulness grating, a discordant note in the symphony of dread. "I just walked in." The couch felt like ice beneath him, a stark contrast to the phantom warmth of her voice. The front hall smelled of cold wool and wet dirt, an earthy scent tainted with something else, something acrid and unfamiliar. He pictured her in her stained uniform, cheeks flushed, hair in a lopsided knot, a familiar image that offered no comfort. Because nothing else moved, something was deeply, irrevocably wrong. "Going to take a shower," the voice sang, moving up the stairs into the narrow. The stair light switch flicked without clicking. Darkness stayed. Water began beating against enamel above a sudden, exact sound. A cue. His body begged him to stay, but the thought of their bed, faintly scented with eucalyptus, pulled him upward. His shoes sounded too loud on the hardwood, each step a hammer blow against the silence. In the hall, their wedding photo tilted toward the stairs, touched with wet fingers. He set his foot on the first step. The front door opened behind him. The chain slid. Cold rushed the hall, and his back prickled. He turned, not quick enough, and there she was, real as anything, his wife, shaking dirt from her shoes. Her keyring chimed. She looked up and smiled, and in the smile was every morning, every late-night whisper. "Hello, dearest," she said. His mouth hung open. He couldn't make it shut. She unshouldered her bag, then stopped, seeing his face, concern folded into her brow. "Is everything all right?" Above them, the shower stopped. Silence slapped the house. He took the stairs 2 at a time, hand skidding on the banister. The bathroom door stood closed enough to be polite. He pushed the door hard, and it swung so fast the curtain inside flapped. The tub was wet, the air full of steam, and something that wasn't eucalyptus, metallic, like the breath of a coin. The window over the toilet gaped open to the trees, the wind shouldering its way in. The curtain over it fluttered as if something had just slipped past. "Is everything all right?" His wife called, closer now. He couldn't breathe enough to answer. On the bath mat, a trail of prints led from tub to window. Not footprints, not handprints. 4 ovals at angles, like the pads of something that should have lived only in warnings. The wet shone in the light from outside, each mark beaded with grit. He leaned out the window. The yard fell away into the first line of trees. The ground there raked with deep, ugly furrows. Mud gathered in them like black blood. They ran from the base of the house toward the dark, going further than his eyes wanted to follow. "Lock the front door," he said to the house, to the air, to her. He moved back through the hall and caught, as he did, a dampness at his collar. His fingers came away wet. The skin at the base of his neck stung as if touched by a cold mouth. On the landing, the runner showed small dark ovals. They led down, not up. They ended at the living room threshold, and then were only a bloom of damp on the rug where his head had been. "Lock the door," he said again. The chain clinked and slid. The sound was the smallest comfort he could hold. She stood at the bottom of the stairs, hands empty, phone forgotten. Her eyes flicked from him to the ceiling and back. At the threshold, rain whispered on the porch. Outside, the world was just a smear of tree and sky and the gravel ribbon of their drive. Behind them, from the belly of the house, his wife's bright voice tried again, cheerful and right in its wrongness. "Hello, baby, I'm home."